What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Khansten, and today we are back at it with another Starcraft 2 video. This will be one of the more podcast style videos where I just talk about the new big update mainly. There's a couple of balance changes. I might make a small separate video on that, but mainly this video is going to cover the massive update to co-op. But let's get right into the video. So basically what they're doing is they're adding a new prestige system where basically I'll just read it off so it's easier. A new prestige system has been added that allows players to play through the level 1 through 15 progression up to 3 additional times per commander. Each time a player activates that, they will unlock a new prestige talent, which can be used to change the core gameplay of the commander. Only one prestige talent may be equipped at a time for each commander, and it's possible that a player equips none of these, in which the commander will receive the standard loadout. So basically, you can replay each commander 3 more times from level 1 through 15 just to get like a new ability. Like, you know how there's a mastery right now? Basically, you can make that different. You can add like a different mastery kind of thing where it's like more attack speed but less this or something like that. There's a disadvantage and an advantage. So it really makes the replayability of co-op increasingly better. Because right now, if I play co-op, I'm like, it's getting boring, you know? It's the same old commanders. Now you can try a mutation with this one or this one. Since each commander has 3, and there's like, what, 15? Actually, 18 commanders, right? Yeah. Quick maths. 18 commanders was 3 times 18. I don't do math on stream. You know, you guys already know. Doing math while you're recording, bad idea. Big bad. Alright? I think it's around like 54 or something. But like 54 times 54 new abilities, basically, you could say. So I think it's going to be really cool. But let's get right into the changes and start with good old Jimmy. Let's look at the customization. So right now it's set to the basic one, Renegade Commander, right? And these are just the basic mastery that he gets. But if you go, see, there's three things now, right? 3 prestiges, and each commander will have one of these. So let's just start with the first one. Backwater Sheriff. Biological combat units gain 100% increased life. Mules are unavailable. Wow. So what? Marines have like what? 50 life with combat shields, right? Or is it 40? Whatever it is, that's like 80 to 100 life. I think it's 100. With combat shields, but 100 life for a marine, that's almost as much as like what? Almost as much as a zealot. It's pretty darn close. Like, that would be very powerful. Like, Marine Marauder is gonna be so tanky now. Like storms won't even kill marines in one hit. That'll be a massive difference. That'll be really cool. Mules are unavailable. Honestly, in co-op, minerals aren't something that are like that drained. I don't know, maybe it's just for me, but I usually don't run low on minerals unless it's a super tight game. But that's definitely an interesting advantage. Next one is Rough Rider. Afterburners additionally increase attack speed by 100%. Wow. Cooldown reduced by 50%. Disadvantages: units no longer cost less. Afterburners movement speed bonus reduced to 50%. So Afterburners is the upgrade for, I believe, vehicles that it lets them move faster, but now I guess it increases attack speed by 100%. So you guys can imagine battlecruisers, tanks, Thors have an increased attack speed by 100%. That is crazy. That is, so the battlecruisers will be attacking twice as fast. They already attack super fast. I mean, it's gonna be like a machine gun. Brah, brah. Sorry guys, I'm dumb. But yeah, so they'll be super fast. But honestly, the disadvantage isn't that bad. I guess cost is gonna be something that might have to be worked on. But if you're attacking faster, if it's for the engagement, it's pretty powerful. And now we get to what he's actually really known for, the Rebel Raider. The starport no longer has tech requirements or a gas cost, and his units cost 30% less gas. Wow. Vikings, Banshees, and Battlecruisers increase top bar cooldown rates by 1% per supply used. Disadvantaged combat units cost 50% more minerals. Wow, that is definitely an interesting, very interesting concept, you could call it. Because that means that he has no tech requirements, and instead of building a barracks, you go straight starport into battlecruiser. The starport will not cost any gas either, and its units cost 30% less gas. But so I don't know. I guess this is actually a really good one. See, all of these are really cool and will be amazing to try out. So you know what? Right now I am on the PTR, the public test realm. So obviously I can play it, but it won't save. But the XP you gain is going to be fluctuated quite greatly because it's clearly the test realm. But either Saturday or Sunday, I am going to stream it. If you guys want to stay tuned to it, follow my Instagram. I usually post on my story often and when I'm going to go live. So I'll drop a link below in the description of my Instagram. Follow that up. But Saturday or Sunday, one of those days I'm going to stream and I'm going to do a lot of commanders. I want to knock out at least half of them. Actually, half is a lot. Maybe 5. At least 5 of them. But I want to get all of these just to try them out, you know? But combat units cost 50% less minerals or more minerals. I mean, if you're going for battle cruisers, why go for Marine Marauder anyways? It doesn't make much sense, to be honest. But let's go on to the next one. Carry the Kerrigan. Basic form, the Queen of Blades. Second one, Malevolent Matriarch. Interesting. Very interesting name. When I think of Matriarch, I think of Vorozun. Definitely not Kerrigan. But advantages, Malignant Creep effectiveness increased by 100%. Nidus and Omega Networks are unavailable. Let me just double check. What is a Malignant Creep? Let's see. All friendly ground units gain increased attack speed and life regeneration while on creep. See? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know. But I really don't know the percentage, so I can't be exactly sure how well this is going to work out. To be honest, when I play as Kerrigan, I don't use the Nidus and Omega Networks. I honestly just use Raptorlings because they're OP. But this is a nice like quality of life one. If you're getting increased attack speed, especially for like those Raptorlings, you're gonna be killing everyone. Let's just be honest here. Next one is Folly of Man. Kerrigan expends stacks of fury while using leapy, like a frog. Leaping strike or psionic shift, striking nearby enemies for 50 damage and stunning them for 3 seconds. Disadvantage, Kerrigan's carapace generation reduced by 50%. Kerrigan's ability damage reduced by 50%. Honestly, I don't know if that's worth it. I mean, it looks like a pretty basic change. It doesn't look like it's that good, to be honest with you. It looks not that exciting. The last one, Desolate Queen. Assimilation aura resources drops increased by 100%. Kerrigan gains kinetic blast and crushing grip. Wow. Disadvantage, leaping strike, and honestly, I really like this one. Basically, you're gonna be getting rich, or you're gonna die trying. 50. But you're basically gonna be getting rich off of the assimilation aura, and she'll get kinetic blast and crushing grip. I like those two a lot better than leaping strike and psionic shift. Kinetic blast, if I remember correctly, does around 300 damage. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty powerful. And her crushing grip basically makes units float in the air and makes them like vulnerable to anything because they can't attack you at all. So it gives you a little bit of time to like bring your units in or whatever. I think this is a pretty cool upgrade. A Desolate Queen, that's quite the interesting name for it. Alright, let's move on to the last of the core commanders, the Daylom. Alright, basic form, Hierarch of the Daylom. Second one is the Valorous Inspirator. Increase the effectiveness of all active combat unit abilities by 100%. Wow, combat units cost. Okay, so by effectiveness, does that mean like damage, or like do you think that means like, I don't know. I think it means damage. So basically what you're telling me is Artanis' Archons are already OP, where they deal 80 damage, or they can storm, which does 80 damage, and they can storm themselves, which restores their shields. But you're telling me that now Storm is going to do 160% damage, 160 damage, and heal 160 shields to Archons, which are about 95%, 98, whatever the math is, percent shield. So basically, Archons are not going to die, and you're just going to be using Stormy Boys. But Stormy Boys are bigger, fatter, and glowier. So glowy Stormy Boys. Interesting. This should be a very good upgrade, and I look forward to trying this one out especially. Next one is Nexus Legate. Upon use, Project Power Field warps out any of your combat units standing in an existing power field into the new location. Ooh. Disadvantage, cost 10 energy. That's nothing. Basically, this is like a recall. So I think that's really cool because Artanis doesn't really have a recall. So I think this will really help out in one of his weaker areas, because Artanis, yeah, as I said before, he doesn't have recall. So getting from one area to the other can be a little challenging. But honestly, this looks pretty cool. Last one, Arc Ship Commandment. Orbital strikes warp in an unbound fanatic that throws off damaging energy and lasts 15 seconds. Shield overcharge is now targeted. Has its cooldown reduced by 50% and costs 25 energy. Orbital strike costs 50 energy. Guardian Shell is disabled. Ooh. Interesting. Shield overcharge is going to be OP, but you're losing Guardian Shell, which is Artanis' best ability, which is his level 1 ability. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's where basically no unit dies. When they're close to death, they become invulnerable for like 3 or something seconds and heal like 10 to 15% life back, which is honestly just godly. Best ability upgrade, whatever you want to call it, in the entire game. Not even arguable. So, I don't know. If you're more, I don't know, Shield Overcharge is going to be really powerful, but you're losing Guardian Shell, so it's like a tick for tack. You dig? Yeah. Alright, let's move on to the mechanic here, Swanee. So, right now he's the Chief Engineer. Next one is the Heavy Weapon Specialist. The laser drill deals splash damage and slows. Ooh. That's... I wonder how much splash is, though. Like, is it like, Ultralisk amount of splash? Like a Colossus? Or what? Because honestly, his laser drill abilities are really good. Like the one that blows up like an entire area and does like 500 damage. That's really cool. And it's a lifesaver, to be honest, sometimes for Swan. But I don't know. It should be interesting. We got to see how much his splash damage is actually splash. The next one. Oh man, Grease Monkey. Man, why you gotta insult Swan like that, man? He works on the ships all day long. He's getting you Diamondbacks. He's getting you all types of mech. And you're insulting him by calling him a greasy monkey. Wow. Just sad. But anyways, guys, this advantage turret upgrades are 100% more effective. Disadvantages combat units cost 50% more Vespine. 100% more effective. If it ties into my earlier logic, 100% more damage. So basically, as Swan is a very defensive guy, he can be, honestly, his best map is Dead of the Night. Yeah, Dead of the Night, and that's where you turtle up, and that's where he thrives. And then you can just use what are the units I use? I just use Goliath for Swan, but to take out the structures. But anyways, before I ranted on about the missions, this is gonna be pretty cool actually. If you're doing like a mutation where you need to be like one person defending, like especially against propagators or something like that, or the void rifts where enemies constantly spawn, this is gonna be really powerful because basically your turrets are gonna become a lot stronger And you're not making that many units anyways, and I don't think gas is Swan's downfall because he gets those drones, which gives them extra gas for what, an additional 8 geysers, because you can get 1 on each geyser. 2 of yours, 2 of your allies, and then each expansion. So honestly, there's not much of a drawback, so this should be interesting. The last one, Payload Director. Hercules have twice the cargo capacity and unload units instantly. Tactical jump cooldown reduced by 50%. Hercules, I didn't really use them. I know they're really good, but honestly, I just don't have enough gameplay with them. They already unload pretty instantly, so I don't know how much more instantly they're gonna reload. And tactical jump cooldown reduced by 50%. I guess if it's like a mutation where you need to get from one point to the other and like constantly defend and go back, this is really good. But having the top bar cooldowns increased by 100% is pretty massive in my opinion. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see that one. Well, let's move on to Zagara, the new Queen of Blades, since Kerrigan's kind of dead. Yeah. Scourge Queen. That's a cool little name. Max supply increased by 50. Massive. Zerglings and Scourge spawned 1 extra unit per egg. Baneling's Nest will spawn an additional 4 free Banelings, and Scourge Nest will spawn 4 free Scourge. Disadvantage Zagara's. Ooh. Yeah, no. That's a hard pass. Zagara is good because of her Frenzy ability, which has a small cooldown, increases attack speed and movement, which is absolutely massive for Lings and Scourges and Banelings, because they are already fast and they'll move on faster, and she can wipe out an entire area and remax very quickly. Maybe for certain missions where heroes aren't that good, like a special mutation, she might be better, but honestly, I don't think this is that good of one. Next one, Mother of Constructs. What is she, a Protoss now? Get it? Construct? Oh, sorry guys. My puns are pretty bad. Aberrations and Corruptors cost 25 less gas, or 25% less gas, gain 50% increased health, and possess greatly increased health regeneration. No free Banelings. Honestly, the no free Banelings isn't that big of a deal, but in my opinion, Aberrations are garbage. Corruptors are alright. I don't use either of them, so I guess it's good. But I mainly just use the Lings, Scourges, and Banelings, because Scourges kill everything in the air. Lings pop instantly, 3 at a time, and they're really powerful. But maybe for certain missions where you need more armored units, I guess. 50% health is a lot, and increased regeneration is going to be really nice too. So maybe like missions where you're facing lots of tankier units, or Splash, where Lings and Scourges die. Last one, Apex Predator. Zagara gains reduced ability cooldowns, increased health and energy regeneration, and access to the Deep Tunnel ability. Disadvantage match friendly, only affects Zagara and her summon units. Combat units cost 25% more. Increased health and energy. To be honest, I don't really use many of Zagara's abilities, unless in the beginning when I need them, or the Hunter Killers against air if I don't have it. So yeah, only in the beginning. Otherwise, I only use Frenzy, which is really the only important ability that Zagara has. But maybe this could come in handy, because getting from one area to another, if you're going to be more Zagara heavy focused, more hero focused in a mission, that'll help out a lot. Mass friendly, I guess if it only affects Zagara, then I don't know. Maybe if you're pushing, you can still wipe out areas since you mostly push alone with Zagara, and you can still wipe out areas by yourself. But the combat units cost 25% more, might be a little annoying. But enough of Zagara. Let's move on to the true and only Matriarch. Matriarch of the Nerazim. Spirit of Respite. Emergency recall recalls cloaked units to the closest nexus or dark pylon instead of the primary structure, and heals life and shields to full. Deploy pylon cooldown and cost reduced by 50%. Disadvantages or disadvantage. Dark pylons lose recall. Wow. Oops. If you guys don't know, emergency recall is where cloaked units, when they're about to die, they're recalled to Excuse me there. I have to fix my chair real quick. Sorry. They get recalled to wherever they die. So if they're Dark Templar, they'll get recalled to the. Sorry, I'm going down to the dark shrine. Dark shrine. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. I cannot speak today. But yeah, they get recalled to the dark shrine. But with this, instead of getting recalled to the dark shrine, they'll get recalled to the closest nexus or dark pylon, and they will be fully healed. Like, that's really good. And the cooldown is reduced by 50%, and the cost is reduced as well. So honestly, I don't think the disadvantage is much. You lose recall, boo-hoo, but you can deploy more pylons. And your units basically kind of have a guardian shell, but instead they heal fully. So I think that's a really cool upgrade. Withering Siphon. Interesting name. Advantage: enemy units affected by void stasis, confusion, stasis ward, and disruption web, or dark core lose 20 life per second. This effect cannot kill. Combat units deal disadvantages. Combat units deal 50% reduced damage. Stasis wards. Wow. Combat units do 50% less damage. So the thing that's getting me on this one is, I don't know if it stacks. It says lose 20 life per second, but it says this effect cannot kill. Excuse me. So does that mean, like, if you're massing Dark Templar, right? You need to mass them, because if they're doing 50% less damage, you need 2 DTs for every one. Alright, but if you're using the void status, status update, Echo 113, where are you? Sorry, stasis field, right, or the stasis, whatever it's called, you won't kill it, since it says this effect cannot kill, so it'll still be alive, so you'll still have to kill it, but your units will be a lot weaker. I don't know, I don't like this one that much. It's very confusing. I'd have to try it out myself. Keeper of Shadows. Time stop becomes targeted. All Shadow Guard who have died are resurrected at the target location. Wow. Shadow Guard duration reduced by 40%. I think this is a really good one. All Shadow Guard who have died are resurrected at the target location. This is a really cool one, I think. This should be powerful. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. I'm a little parched. Whew. That hits the spot. I'm feeling better already. Alright, let's move on to the mechanic for the Protoss. The Kalai Phase Myth, base 1. Architect. I was about to say artifact. Architect of War. Repair Beam is 100% more effective and can target twice as many structures. Unity Barrier affects defensive structures and its cooldown is reduced by 75%. Chrono Boost, Chrono Wave, and Chrono Field affect defensive structures, increasing the rate of attack. Disadvantage: Repair Beam may only target structures, and Unit Barrier no longer affects units. Honestly, if you're praying, yeah, I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray to win this war. If you're playing like a defensive style, just like Swan, if you're playing a defensive style, this is extremely powerful because your structures, your shield batteries, cannons, your monoliths are attacking 100% faster, or not? They're not. They're getting repaired 100% faster, and basically the Unity Barrier is saving them 75% faster. And you can put on a Chrono Boost on, let's say, your shield battery, and it'll be healing a lot faster. Or if you're getting overrun, you hit a Chrono Wave and all your units will be attacking instantly a lot faster, which is crazy. Next one is Templar Apparent. Combat units cost reduced by 40%. Disadvantages: photon cannons and monoliths are unavailable. See, this is pretty cool. Okay, this switches Kirax from being more of a defensive type commander to a more aggressive one. Since his units are already really expensive, this will really help him out. This will make him more powerful in the mid game, so he can be reliable to actually attack strong locations without taking much damage. So I really like this one. Last one is Solarite Celestial. That's a cool name. That is cool. Orbital Strike and Solar Lance energy cost reduced by 40%. Solar Lance and Purifier Beam cooldowns reduced by 50%. Chrono Boost, Chrono Wave, and Chrono Field are available. This one isn't bad. If you're decreasing the energy cost by 40% and then decreasing the cooldown again. So basically, as Karax, if you're playing defensively, or not even playing defensively, your main path in upgrades is you always get the what's it called again? Spirit of Dune. That's what it's called. The Spirit of Dune upgrades. So you're always gonna have lots of energy, but since you're reducing the cooldown by 50%, you'll be able to use the abilities more rapidly. Chrono Boost, Chrono Wave, and Chrono Field are unavailable. Honestly, I don't think that's that big of a deal. I don't know any great game-breaking moments where Chrono Wave and Chrono Field have really just like been like, oh no, I didn't have Chrono Field, I lose the game. I've just never been in that position. I don't know if any other people have, but I personally have not been in that experience. Let's move into the man, the bug, the creature himself, Abathur. Evolution Master. He is a master, like a Pokemon master. He's a master evolution. So you know Ash from Pokemon. He's just a Pokemon master. This guy evolves all of his Pokemon, master level. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely what it is. Essence Hoarder. That's funny. I feel like that should be Dahaka's, because Dahaka's like Essence Collector. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, before I acted like an idiot, advantage combat units can hold an additional 25 biomass and have an additional 50% chance to drop their biomass upon death. Ultimate evolutions are unavailable. I don't really like this one that much because Brutalists and Leviathans are OP. I'd rather have those guys. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it for me. Tunneling Horror. Locusts have 50% increased attack range, movement speed, and duration. The deep tunnel upgrade no longer requires hive, no longer requires vision, and can be used by roaches and ravagers. Holy crap! No way! That is really powerful. Who cares about 25% more Vespene gas if your roaches and ravagers can literally deep tunnel to the other side of the map, and your locusts are OP. That's crazy. That is really powerful. And last one, the Limitless. The number of ultimate evolutions is no longer limited to 3. Ultimate evolutions require 200 biomass. Biomass is less powerful. Wow. Whole. Excuse me. By far, the best prestige yet. The most powerful, I should say. Basically, to sum this up, it means you can have 50 Brutalisks and like 30 Leviathans. Yep. There's no limit. You can have as many as you want. Of course, it requires more biomass, but there is no limit. Honestly, you just get the double biomass chance, and you're set. If you get lucky, not even lucky, you'll get a lot of biomass. You can probably at least get like 6 of each, 6 or 7 of each, 6 Leviathans, 6 Brutalists. That's cool. I definitely want to try this one out. But let's move on to one of my top 3 favorites, Alarak, the High Lord of the Tal'Darim. Exactly. Artificer of Souls. When a supplicant dies, it increases damage and attack speed of one of Alarak's nearby non-hero mechanical units. Deadly charge and destruction wave damage reduced by 50%. This is definitely a really cool strategy because this will implement more builds, I should say. Not that we really use builds in co-op, but I know personally I don't really use the Colossus and the Mortal. I think it's like Vanguard and something else. I don't remember what the Colossus is called. But basically they're switched. So the Mortal does splash and the Colossus does single fire, but it does massive amounts of damage. So basically this will make it, the mech is a lot stronger, and you won't have to rely that heavily on Alarak, since his abilities won't be as strong. When I play, I mainly play as Alarak and just do Supplicants, or I use Alarak and the Ascendants. But I still rely on Alarak a lot. Tyrant Ascendant, Empower Me cooldown reduced by 50%. That feels unavailable. Honestly, I feel like Death Fleet is pretty trash anyways. It doesn't do that much damage. Last 60 seconds, I'd rather have the Odin with the nuke. If I can decrease the cooldown by 50% for Empower Me, that means every single like attack wave, I can use Empower Me almost. That is really good. Last one, Shadow of Death. Now, that is a sick name. Honestly, this has got to be a cool upgrade. Death Fleet has no duration. Whoa! Death Fleet's damage dealt and vitals are reduced by 50%. Cooldown increased by 100%. Malicious Battle Teleport now has a 60-second cooldown and no longer teleports. Honestly, you get air units now as Alarak. Right now, if you play as Alarak, you get no air units and your Death Fleet expires in 60 seconds. With this, you can stack them. You can get Void Rays and the Mothership and keep it. Sure, it won't be as strong, but it'll still be really cool. I mean, the Mothership is still really strong. Void Rays still do like the laser ability where like it chains for like 4 or 5 units. Honestly, I'd probably use this one. This is pretty cool. Or this one. This is... Honestly, these are really good, both of them. Well, this is more of like a quality of life upgrade that you get to keep the Death Fleet. And this is more of a, I need to crush this objective type one. Let's move on to the Sneaky Ghost, Nova. Dominion Ghost. First one is Soldier of Fortune. Barracks units charges a cure 100% faster factory storms. So basically, her cooldown for barracks is reduced by 100%. So more Marauders, more Marines, and more Ghosts. Honestly, when I play as Nova, I like to go the all Ghost strategy because they're really powerful. So this is a pretty good one. Tactical Dispatcher. Tactical Airlift cooldown reduced by 75%. Griffin Airstrike is unavailable. Nah, trash. Trash. Don't like this one. Griffin Airstrike is really good, and you kind of need that as Nova. Definitely not good. Infiltration Specialist. What is with these, like, always the last one has the coolest name. It's like an order. It's okay name, better name, and just amazing name. Nova gains permanent super cloak. Her abilities have a 50% increased radius and a 50% reduced cooldown. Nova cannot switch to her combat suit and loses super cloak for 4 seconds upon attacking or using snipe. What? So I don't care about the switching the combat suit. I don't need the shotgun. But when you're attacking, you lose cloak for 4 seconds. When sniping, you lose cloak for 4 seconds. That's honestly, that means that when you attack, you gotta run back because Nova is very, very easily killed. So basically, every time you attack, you gotta move back. But her energy regeneration is so fast, and her last upgrade is when you kill something, you gain half the energy back. This is a pretty useless upgrade. I would not play with this one. Honestly, it doesn't really help that much. Yeah, kind of disappointed with that one. When I read the first half, I was like, whoa! And I read the second half, and I was like, oh. Stukov, the infested marine himself. The admiral. He's an infested admiral. Frightful flesh welder. Cool. Factory and starport no longer have tech requirements. Mechanical combat units cost 30% less. The infested compound does not spawn and cannot be built. This is interesting, and it focuses more on his Terran side rather than his Zerg infested side. Well, quite literally. I believe you can still build infested marines though, since only the infested colonist compound does not spawn. And basically you can start building Diamondbacks right away. I honestly, when I play as Stukov, I don't go infested. I go straight Diamondbacks because they're really powerful. And I get the mech attack speed, which makes them even better. So definitely going to keep an eye out on this one. I'm going to try this out. This should be interesting. Plague Warden. Cool. Banshees can load up to 16 infested infantry and can launch their... What? No way. That is actually really cool. You could just go mass Banshees and just launch infested. Just imagine launching infested with Banshees. Just picture it. Take like a 5-second image and just put that in your head. What do you see? Comment down below what you see when you picture a Banshee launching infested Terrans. So basically, launching Marines. Not Marines, just like infested humans. Launching humans into battle. Just think about that for a second. They have 30% reduced time life. This should be an interesting one. I mean, I don't really see how this is going to be that viable. Maybe against like a more mech army. Because I know sometimes when you play Brutal, it's like Thor, Siege Tank heavy, which kills anything on ground. And if you can get on top of it, it's really good. But you can get an Infested Leap upgrade, which is basically the same thing. Honestly, it's pretty cool. Cool idea. We'll see how it goes. Last one, Lord of the Horde. That rhymes. See, all the last ones are the coolest. Like, coolest name at least. Infested bunkers spawn infested troopers 200% faster. Wow. No longer have cargo capacity. See, this is cool. Right now, when you try to build infested units, I think it's like 60%. 60 seconds. I think it's 60 seconds for each infested Marines. Basically, you're cutting that in half twice. So every 15 seconds, you're getting an infested Marine. So now they have a more viable strategy where you go fully infestors and have a bunch of barracks. Like 10 barracks. And you're constantly pumping out infested Marines that can kill. This is a really cool one. Honestly, this might make me play more infested units. Because I like it. It's okay. But mech is just more fun. Those Diamondbacks are so OP with that slime they have too that slows enemies' units down. And they can like poop on Banshees and stuff and make them come to the ground. It's pretty cool. But this is definitely an interesting upgrade. Right, let's move on to Phoenix, the AI champion, or Purifier Executor. Akun Delar. Wow. I wonder what that means. That's a pretty cool one. Akun Delar. All armors do damage increased by 100%. Ability cooldowns reduced by 50%. Life shield and energy regeneration increased by 100% while in storage. Wow. All armors do cooldowns increased by 700%. Wow. Right now I think it's a few seconds. Maybe like up to a minute. Maybe a little more. Each suit can only be sustained for 20 seconds at a time. What does that mean? Does that mean it can only be out for 20 seconds at a time? Not completely sure. I'm gonna have to try that one to really know. I don't really know what that means. Let's move on to the next one. Network Administrator. What is he? Stetman? Hello guys, I like to hack in your internet. Tactical data web effectiveness increased by 200%. All combat units reduced, cost reduced by 50%. Wow, that's really good. All non-heroic combat unit damage reduced by 50%. And vital... Whoa! Whoa. You're reducing damage and health? This is more of like a swarmy type. You're reducing their cost, but you're reducing damage and health. I feel like they should reduce supply a little bit too. Just to make it more like a swarmy Zerg type. Interesting play. This should spice it up a bit. Last one, Unwavering Vindicator. I sound like the boy who cried wolf. I've said this so many times. The last one sounds the coolest. Avenging Protocol effectiveness increased by 100%. Champion AIs that die refund 75 of their base unit costs. That's pretty cool. Champion AIs do not gain additional life or shields and have reduced attack range. What is Avenging Protocol again? Honestly, I don't remember. I don't know if it's here. Honestly, it just might not be here. Oh, here it is. Oh, that's what it is. They gain attack speed and mostly 10% per supply. What was I looking at? Didn't I just say it removes it? How is it increasing it by 100%? But they don't gain additional life. Oh, I guess they probably have more attack speed but don't gain the other ones. Eh. This is an okay one. I don't know. See, a lot of these you just gotta test out to know if they're actually gonna be good. Heading on to probably my favorite commander between him and Alarak. Let's see what the Primal Pack Leader has in store for us. Devouring Wand. Devour applies its benefits to all nearby friendly units. That's pretty good. Dahaka has 0 base armor, loses the Scorching Breath ability, and has his max level reduced by 4. Ooh. I think his max level right now is 15. And basically he's going to lose the armor ability. He's going to lose 2 of the Scorching Breath ones. So one of his abilities will be on level 2 instead of level 3. But basically if you hit an air unit, I wonder, can your Zerglings attack air? Technically? Can they shoot fire? Can an Ultralisk shoot fire? That'd be pretty cool to watch. Primal Contender Pack Leaders and their entourage deal 50% more damage and have 100% increased life. Pack Leader cooldowns reduced by 33%. Pack Leaders can consume essence for Dahaka. Dahaka exits the map while a Pack Leader is active. Only one Pack Leader may be active at a time. Ooh. I don't know about that one. Honestly, when I summon the Pack Leaders, I summon all 3 at once, and it's usually at an objective to show that Dahaka is actually the swarm. Sorry guys, that sounded like an echo. I accidentally hit my mic. But he's literally like the swarm. I summon all 3 Pack Leaders, running in with like a freaking dinosaur that's like 13 meters tall, that's slamming air units with his like half hand and half like massive arms, whatever. Pretty cool actually. So I don't know. And I wonder if he exits the map, does he go to your base when he's back? Does he go to what's it called? Does he go to where he left from or what? Last one, Brood Brother. Dahaka spawns the clone. Whether Dahaka or the clone dies, the other dies as well. Dahaka's max health. Wait. Does the clone? Is it like a? Whoa. Does he have like the same abilities and stuff as Dahaka? Best. If that is true, this is the best one. Sure, his health is reduced by 35%, but you have another freaking Dahaka. You have another Tyrannosaur with all of his abilities. Sure, you lose some health. Sure, if one dies, the other dies. One's dying, you deep tunnel back. Guess what? You have another Dahaka. Whoop-de-doop-de-doo. He dies, feed him 4 drones. That's literally 2 Tyrannosaurus Rexes just running around. This is probably the first. I'm probably gonna level up Dahaka first. This is gonna be very interesting. This is gonna be really cool. Really cool. Alright, let's move on to the married couple. Han and Horner. Chaotic power couple. Magmine's arm and fire 80% faster as mirror units on death effect. 100% more effective. Horner units cost 30% more. Okay one, I guess. Magmine's pretty good for defense. Mirrors units on death effect? What does that mean? Honestly, I don't really know. Is that one of our upgrades? Let's see. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Sorry, I don't exactly know what that one means. I'll have to look into it more. Wing Commanders. Horner units with Vespene gas cost reduced by 20% and charge cooldown reduced by 50%. Galleons are capped at 2. No, you can't do that to him. You can't do that to him. I know the battle cruisers are OP and they'll be really strong. Just, oh my goodness. Basically, the battle cruisers are really expensive, but they fire Yamato cannons as a single fire attack. which kills anything. So basically, you can build like, right now I think I can build 4 battlecruisers in a match with the cooldown. If you're telling me I can build 8 battlecruisers, I'll take it. Well, the galleons are really nice because they're basically 5 carriers that you can get early into the game and hold up in the basic rush to get up to battlecruisers. So you'll probably just have to build more units, but his battlecruisers are powerful. If you can even make like 5 or 6 of them, they can wipe out an entire army within seconds. Galactic gunrunners. Bombing platforms are no longer kept. Whoa. You can build like only bombing platforms. You can build like, your army can simply be 50 bombing platforms and you can keep on bombing. And then you get the area effect, which increases the radius. That's cool. That would be really cool. See, this is making so many more innovative builds and strategies that it will be so much more interesting to try out. The legendary outlaw Tychus. Honestly, this is kind of like a side rant, but I kind of feel bad for Tychus. He took the fall for Jimmy twice. One back in like Starcraft Brood War, he took the fall for Jimmy and the team and went to jail. And when he got out, Jimmy killed him. He was just being programmed by Minx. So I mean, I feel bad for the poor guy. Jimmy shows like no remorse when he dies, so I mean, it's kind of sad. But anyways, let's get on to it. Technical Recruiter. Outlaws active ability cooldowns reduced by 35%. Cost and time between outlaw recruits. Whoa. So basically an outlaw will be 1500 minerals. Nah. And 150 gas. No. No. I don't like that. I don't like that. Sure, they'll be stronger, but right now they're already powerful enough. I don't happen to run into the things where like, oh no, all my abilities are on cooldown. You have 5 of them and you just cycle through the abilities and you'll get them all back eventually. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. Lone Wolf. Outlaws deal 200% more damage and take 50% less damage but beyond the vision range of all of their outlaws. Ultimate gear is unavailable. Gear costs 25 more. Honestly, this might be worth it. Sure, the ultimate gear is unavailable, but if you're doing 200% more damage, that is gonna be. You can honestly just go in with Tychus alone and kill everything. Your Tychus already does a lot of damage, all right, and you increase that by 200%, and he'll be taking 50% less damage when no other outlaws are there. This will be interesting to try out. Lone Wolf. This gives me Halo vibes. If any of you have played Halo Reach, last mission is called Lone Wolf. Halo Reach is the best game. Don't at me. I mean, it's just a fact at this point. Anyways, Dutiful Dog Walker. What? The order no longer requires Tychus as its pilot. Its duration is increased by 100% and its cooldown reduced by 40. That's pretty cool. Basically, the Odin is its own person now. And you can use them more often. And it lasts, I think it lasts 60 seconds. So now it will last 120 seconds. That's pretty cool. Sure, I don't really use Barrage, but the big red button is pretty nice. But Odin itself is still really powerful. So definitely gonna have to try this one out. Alright, let's move on to the last 3. Let's move on to probably my 3rd favorite commander. Zero Tool himself, the Dark Prelate. Anach soon. Zero Tool can deploy the Void Seeker, granting all friendly units in a targeted area Super Cloak for 15 seconds. That's so interesting. You can no longer oh. Honestly, I've never really been had to like, oh no, I need Zero Tool in a specific area unless it's to get a crystal or one of those Zelnaga artifacts for his upgrades. So basically, you can go attack an area, summon the Void Seeker, and none of your units can be attacked. You can wipe out an entire objective within like 10 to 12 seconds and then just kill the Void Shade Hybrid or the Crystal, whatever it is. This is really cool. This is definitely really cool. Because Super Cloak, I think that means you can't be detected at all. Knowledge Seeker. So can collect an unlimited number of artifacts. What? Combat units cost unlimited number of artifacts. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Does it mean like he can continue to get upgrades? Or does that mean he can get all 3 of them very, very fast? I don't know which one it is, but definitely if it's either one of those, it should be pretty cool. Because I mean, his units will cost a little bit more, but that means he himself will be super powerful in the beginning. But then again, the other crystals are usually in spots where you travel to with your army, because you can't just like go there with Zeratul and get it because you'll die. Last one, Herald of the Void. Each collected artifact reduces the cooldown of Zeratul's Shadow Cleave by 5 seconds. Shadow Cleave spawns a tornado that damages and slows enemy units. Ooh. Oh, only collected 2 artifact fragments? Nope. No thank you. You won't get the artifact to form, you won't get 3/3, and I believe there's a couple upgrades that you won't get for your units. Hard pass. Hard pass. Definitely is not it, Chief. Alrighty, let's get to the bottom 2 of the list. Stetman, the Genius, the Henius. Alright guys, you gotta admit, that's pretty cool. Henius sounds like a villain. Signal Savant. Satellites are invulnerable once they're online. Whoa. Generate a 50% larger stat zone. You could basically cover the whole map and it won't be shut down. Super Gary isn't even that good, in my opinion. People might disagree, but in my opinion, he's not that good compared to other heroes. So basically, especially in a map like, I don't know, Shuttles or like Dead of the Night, you can have vision of the entire map. And since they deploy a 50% larger stat zone, you don't even need that many. This one is really cool. Best Buddy, which is for Gary, yeah. Gary's health and damage increased by 100%. Gary's movement speed is reduced by 90%. Oh, 90% outside of stat zones. Wow, he's going to be as slow as Queens. He's already pretty slow. He's going to be super slow. But his damage and health is increased by 100%. This puts more of an emphasis and focus on getting stat zones out and fast. And using Gary primarily to clear lots of zones and areas. Oil Baron. I don't know why that's a thing, but that's what his name is. Combat, this is the only bad one. Only one that sounds like weird. Combat units gain a stack of the best oil when they kill an enemy unit. Combat units cost 40% more minerals, mecha infestors are interval. What does that mean by stack of best oil? There must be some sort of like upgrade or something that we don't know of yet. We'll have to try that out, but it sounds pretty cool. Alright, let's get on to the last one. The Emperor of the Dominion. Toxic Tyrant. Contaminated strikes, fear lasts 200% longer. Its damage over time effect additionally increases damage received by 100%. Its cost is reduced by 20% and its cooldown is reduced by 66%. Troopers provide Imperial support while operating Earth Splitter Ordnance. Nuclear annihilation is unavailable. I guess if you're going heavily into those, like, I forget what they're called, but those orbital strikers, is that what they're called? This could be good, but honestly, nuclear annihilation is very, very strong. You can clear an objective just by pressing the hotkey and clicking the area. So we'll just have to see. Honestly, this is not that bad for like Dead of the Night. It could be pretty powerful. Or like the Void Shade Crystal ones, if you just strike that area down. Principal Proletariat. Royal Guard's Vespine gas cost reduced by 20% and XP gain increased by 100%. Whoa, cost increased by 100% and supply cost by 50%. That's not worth it. That's not that good. Honestly, sure, you cost less Vespine, but you're still costing a lot more minerals and you're more supply heavy. Merchant of Death. Equipped troopers activate a self-destruct mechanism in their weapons upon death. Troopers' weapons cost 40 minerals and 20 Vespine gas. Oh, That's really cheap. Instead of like 120 that it is right now, it costs more gas and less minerals. Troopers no longer drop weapons. Imperial intercessors are unavailable. So basically, I believe intercessors are the medevacs. Let me just double check. Or Earthsplitter Ordnance, that's what it's called. What was it? What is it called? Allows. What? Wait, what does that say? Allow shock to push. Yeah, it is the medevac. Okay, I was right. So basically, you cannot heal your units, but they do self-destruct. That's just a savage, man. That's like implanting a bomb in your units and it's like, yeah, buddy, go fight. You'll win out there. It's like that. It's like the what's it called? I got a good analogy for this. It's like the dad of like a soccer team where he knows his son sucks and he's about to take a penalty kick as a goalie. He's like, come on, son, you can do it. Come on, this is easy. This is easy. And next thing you know, he gets nailed somewhere as a guy you don't want to be nailed, and you look like a fool, and you basically want to self-destruct. Pretty simple, but definitely this should be something interesting to try out. The thing I don't like is that they don't drop weapons, so I don't know, and they cost Vespene gas. I don't really like the thought of them costing Vespene gas since his Royal Guards are already pretty heavy in gas. So definitely gonna have to try it out to see how good these actually are. But anyways, guys, that is it for the video. If you guys want to see me stream these guys, I'm gonna do it either Saturday or Sunday. Not 100% sure which day is gonna happen, but definitely follow my Instagram in the description below. I will post on my story which day it is, probably by tomorrow. And definitely follow the Twitch and turn on notifications just so you know when I am live and when I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna start streaming more regularly soon. I'm just waiting to get a little bigger and getting more used to it. But I streamed last week as well. I streamed a Discord tournament. If you guys want to join my Discord, I'm planning on doing like monthly tournaments, maybe bi-weekly. Not 100% sure yet, but if you're interested, join my Discord. I'll drop a link below in the description as well. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please leave a like. It makes a massive difference in the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.